welcome, my friends. This is Speaking with Judgment, hosted by Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. Great to have you. Thanks for coming in and checking out what I do. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on TikTok. WNBA All-Star Game was this weekend. The players before warm-ups to the All-Star Game wore "Pay Us What You Owe Us" t-shirts, a negotiation tactic during the middle of CBA talks. It is certainly loud. It is getting hard to ignore how loud it's getting as the WNBA continues to explode in popularity. And with the current collective bargaining agreement expiring, WNBA players made a statement. Fair pay is one of the things they're advocating for during negotiations. So this is certainly a thing we've been talking about. I've alluded to it a couple of times. I'm diving into it again. So literally where I stand with this is that WNBA players are underpaid, underappreciated, undervalued. I like to see that a lot of the players are using their platforms, wearing attire as a way to take a stand for what, to me, is equality. And you have a lot of people like myself pushing for fair pay. And on the other side of this, it's like we have people saying they don't deserve more money, and the way they defend their position on why they're undeserving, the product is not good. It's a product that very few want. It's a collection of mediocre talent. It's not very entertaining, and it's not financially viable. This league has lost money. It's a joke of a league. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, because a lot of people saying this are stuck on stupid. What people fail to realize is that the WNBA isn't what it was 10 years ago. Fast forward to 2025. The WNBA has ascended to new heights. Folks are more invested, more eyeballs are on the game, leading to more viewership and increased ratings. So hopefully, for the better of the game and for its players, viewership continues to go up and attendance keeps rising, because anytime you have turmoil like this, you get disagreements. Then you get bad business, and that's bad for the WNBA and its players. National viewership is up 23%. Attendance is up 26%, the highest in decades. Merch sales are up 40%. All-star votes up triple digits. There are a lot of positives to take away. And there is always a positive side. It's not like the league is stuck in limbo or hasn't drastically improved. It's been a slow and steady process to get there, but we're getting somewhere. So, I suppose maybe something could happen, but yeah, we kind of knew this day would come that WNBA players would challenge the league's pay structure and demand more money. And I'm all for it. I'm all for them getting paid. I don't think that where we are currently on this, that would take anybody by surprise, because the league is operating at a loss. So that's kind of what we're looking at in terms of better pay for WNBA players. Yeah, they would like to get paid a fair amount, but that's not realistic as of now. That won't be the case going forward with TV deals coming in. I think they should be paid. That is something that needs to happen. But you need to generate revenue and viewers in order to demand more pay. It's the same everywhere. And let me make it absolutely clear. I'm not advocating for them to be paid less. I'm simply advocating for them to be paid more. Yes, they should be paid more. The game for the women is growing. The game for the women is continuing to grow. And a lot of people fuss. Nobody is watching them. They're not entertaining. It's not like the NBA. This comes up a lot with the WNBA. I understand they get a very small percentage of their revenue that they do bring in, but the only way they earn more is if the WNBA can afford to pay these women. Why wouldn't the players ask for more money? I completely understand that part. All this outrage isn't over their salary. It's about the message on the shirt. It's about how it was worded. It's the wording on the shirts. It's what have people upset, I would assume. The shirts read, "Pay us what you owe us." One word makes a difference. They didn't say, "Pay us what we are worth." They didn't say, "Pay us what we deserve." Nobody owes you anything. Pay us what we deserve? Sure. Why not? Not right now, obviously, but going forward, yes. But owed? Owe you what? You're not owed what you want or feel you need, but what you earn. There's nothing wrong with standing for what you believe in or what you believe is right, and I stand with these women. But the moment you start expecting people to just give you more money, that's where entitlement creeps in. For the record, no one owes you anything. And even if they did, your league unfortunately doesn't generate enough income. I understand wanting a higher salary. Don't we all? We want to be paid well. We want financial security. So I get it. These women aren't owed anything. Their economic worth is determined by the amount of value they create for their employer. From everything I've read, the WNBA loses $50 million every year and has never generated a profit. It's propped up by the NBA, as most people know. The NBA has subsidized the WNBA, playing a crucial role in its continued existence, and that's still the case. And even with record levels of interest in the sport due to Caitlin Clark, still the league loses money. Only about 40% of WNBA revenue reportedly reaches its teams and players, with the remaining portion potentially not covering operational costs. There's a lot to this. It's convoluted. This is where it gets complicated, because if you never turned a profit, that's a failure. It's averaging, since it started almost 30 years ago, around $10 million deficit each year. That's what it's operating on. So what does that tell you? It's like the WNBA just doesn't have the funds to pay. The players aren't getting any personal endorsement deals worth anything because of supply and demand. So what are these players worth? How much are they worth? The profit revenue is not there. If they break even, then they can consider upping the salaries. And when you don't have the popularity of the NBA, you're not getting a raise. I'm sorry. Do they truly understand you can't ask for more money from a business that can't carry itself financially? And if not for Caitlin Clark, the ratings go down. When she's not playing, the ratings went down 55%. The WNBA players are simply saying their argument is that business is booming for the league and they deserve an increase in salaries because of it. So listen, what they're saying, the point they're trying to make here is, hey, attendance is up, sponsorships are up, merch sales is up, TV deals is way up, and the league is still claiming an 8-figure hole. They're pushing for 1 million salaries. Most leagues, the NBA, the NHL, MLB, and NFL, they're making around 50% of the revenue that comes in. The WNBA is only making 9%. So they're like, we're only making 9%. Our counterparts are making 50% of the revenue. Good things have happened for the league, which could be very favorable for the players who are essentially the product. I'm not saying they aren't deserving or not entitled to money, but it's based off what you bring in. It's heading in the right direction, and WNBA players know the league is finally going to start seeing profit, so they want more than 9%, especially with the new $2.2 billion TV deal. The progress the league has shown is an encouraging sign for the growth of women's basketball. It's exciting to see. And As I watch women's basketball, I'm intrigued. Their star power, their stars have created some buzz. We always say women's basketball is not entertaining. That's not true. I think it's a fun, competitive game. But we have to be able to understand basic economics when having this discussion. We have to be able to understand the business model. If the league was profitable, they would have leverage. Based on data, the WNBA is operating at a net loss around 400 plus million since the day of its existence. So writing big fat checks is more complicated than you think. What have you built? Where's that money going to come from? Your league is losing money, but you want to raise? Not sure how that works. Despite Caitlin Clark, despite all this stuff about the league being healthier than ever, its surging popularity, they still lost $40 million this past year. If you're losing money at the apex of Caitlin Clark's career, how are you going to make money going forward? She's the most box office star in the league, and it's still not good enough to sell out stadiums and increase TV ratings. I understand wanting more, but I'm going to pay you moving forward. I'm not trying to make up for back pay. That's how it comes across, as if they're owed. No! The word owed by definition suggests you did some work or your job and didn't get compensated for it. At least that's my interpretation. That's an entitled attitude. Bring in more money, make more money. And I think you are paid what you are worth, even if that's less than what other professional athletes are making. It doesn't mean they can't make more money going forward. Over time, that can happen. They have to sit down at the negotiation table and have a discussion and go from there. This could get ugly. If they're pushing for more pay and putting pressure on the league the way they are now, as I expected them to, you're going to have a work stoppage. The owners want to get a deal done. Realistically, what leverage do the players have? A walkout is on the horizon, and that won't be a win for the players. The owners can't afford to sit out. The players can't. And if there's an impasse, all the momentum gained in popularity in this last year will dissolve. It's going to get ugly. I know I said I like where the league is going, but a potential lockout could mean no league at all. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Really appreciate the love and support as always. That's all I have for you guys right now. I'm wrapping this video up. I just wanted to come on and give you guys my take on this whole NBA thing, because this WNBA thing, because this is a big story in sports right now, and everybody is talking about it. Everybody's giving their opinions and what they feel about it, and I thought that I would come on and give you guys my take on it as well. But guys, I'm getting out of here. All my Dodger fans, where my Dodger fans at? We got a game in an hour. Dodgers versus Minnesota Twins. Should be a good one. Yamamoto is on the bump tonight. Usually when he's on the bump, good things happen. I'm not concerned with him at all. I'm concerned with our high leverage guys and the bullpen. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get enough run support tonight. Hopefully guys can score runs. We'll see. But guys, I'm out of here now. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one.